What's up, party people? You're watching Bobby, or listening maybe, Bobby's Cryptid Corner. My name is Bobby. We got a packed house tonight. All four of us made it 2 weeks in a row. That's a wonderful time of the day. It is Tuesday night. Tuesday is for Cryptids. Who else is with me tonight? Baby Toe, introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. I am Bree from Tatiwaba. I've been here since day one, and I love everybody.
You all know Bree.
Thanks.
Yes.
Small food. Is that how you pronounce that?
No, it's
It's
Tony
orange
next.
penis.
Yes, orange penis.
Clockwise.
Penis. Oh, we're going clockwise here. All right.
Yeah.
I can't read a analog clock.
So here I am, ORAND Pendek, aka Orange Penis. Tonight's theme. So
It's
bottled
already-
water. I'm here, Tony.
It's already super sophisticated tonight.
It is. It's a deep joke.
This is a show about scientific endeavors and dick jokes.
It kind of is, yeah.
We make a lot
Actually-
of dick jokes.
You really do.
Do we?
You do.
I don't know, guys.
This morning, I was called the Bob Marley of ufology, and I didn't hate it.
Love it.
I
didn't
am
hate that either.
Jamie. I'm Jamie, and I have small foots
And fake dreads.
and fake dreads. Yeah, people. I'm gonna tell you guys. One time, someone sent me like screenshots of like pictures of me and Brie when I wasn't wearing my dreads, and they were like, "Oh my god, your hair is fake," and I was literally like, "You must not watch my show because we probably say it's fake 800 times an episode."
It took me about a dozen episodes to realize it. That's kind of a
Yep.
running thing we got going on.
There is. It's on YouTube right now for our members. We made a video of Bobby not paying attention to me pulling off my hair, and then randomly one day asking me, "Wait, your hair's not real?"
Speaking of scientific endeavors and dick jokes, I was thinking about this today. Like as I was like prepping this episode, I was kind of like, this kind of feels like a homework assignment or like a school project or something like that, which is fine. Like I wouldn't do it if I didn't love doing it. But I was just thinking, like, if we wanted to reach the youth of America, all we would have to do is make like just make public school into like a Twitch stream of like weirdo 30-somethings.
For sure.
Fuck yeah.
Teaching
Because
stuff,
I mean,
yeah.
we could shovel in so much legitimate science into this particular episode tonight.
Oh yeah.
As we discuss the weird, wild stuff and talk about like boners, I'm sure, or something like that.
Listen, you got to do
I'm
something to
so-
keep the youth interested, and you got to make it spicy and talk about weird things.
Yes.
You know.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I feel like a lot of us actually need to put focus in, is trying to foster the youth to come in. I feel like we are considered the youth of
Ufology right now, yeah.
ufology stuff. And I mean, we're all in our 30s. And so like
Not for long.
Not
We
for
need
long.
Gen
I'm
Z.
tipping close.
I'm in the twilight of my
Sorry,
30s.
whatever.
Sorry,
You guys don't know what I'm saying. We need to get like Gen Z
gonna
involved.
be-
Especially
You know what?
since
I
they
would
make
dare-
things happen. They
I
make
would
things
dare
happen.
to say, Bree, that we are kind of like the drunk history of cryptids.
The mother? No,
Yes.
absolutely.
You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying?
And I love drunk
and like
history.
you learn,
it's in a way
and
where
you
people
learn,
get it.
yeah, and you learn stuff, and like you remember it, and you tell the story to your friends. You're like, oh my god, did you know that George Washington did it? And you like go on some path because you watched it. That's the kind of shit I think we're trying to foster here. That's the vibes we got going on.
And on that note,
No.
just keep in mind that everything we say here is more or less internet hearsay. We are not scientists, doctors, or accredited professionals in these topics. Bree is a self-proclaimed one, apparently,
She's an armchair,
which is
About-
fine.
I am a great armchair researcher.
As far as I'm concerned, there's not too many universities that will give you a degree in cryptozoology or ufology or any of those things. So we are straight up from the streets when it comes to this shit. Grassroots all day. We're going to be well into our 60s and 70s. Be like, we're the new generation of this shit. And
No, for sure.
it's
For
gonna be
sure.
great.
Yeah.
And
Man, I
Bree's
wish
we
my
are.
sister was excited about this, but her passion is politics. But that definitely seems to
Boo.
be when the two of us are together, it'll be like one time I'm like, let me tell you about this. And then she does the same thing. But it's something super political and history. One time she told me the real story of Marxism and like all this stuff. And I was like barely hanging on there. I was like,
Yeah, a lot of dead people.
Yeah.
what? So it's
100 million in
interesting.
the
I think
20th
it
century.
works.
All right.
100
I
million.
think that
at
drunk
least.
history works. You got to
I think
put
it
things
does.
in a
Palatable.
palatable
Mhm.
way.
Oh, I
We're
think
gonna-
we're extremely palatable. We just have
I'm gonna palate the shit out of you.
yeah, we're gonna smack your bitch face with our palate.
We're gonna
Exactly.
let's palate the audience real hard, real quick. Shout out
Oh
to
my
the early
God.
arrivers. My Flock is Everywhere. Akashi, Chris, Chad Smith podcast. Love that podcast. Still need to listen, but I love it. Mark D, Truth Searcher. And I think Spooky's here. I think that's
Spooky's here.
That's
Yep.
it. But speaking of science and cryptids and high strangeness, we're gonna have a nice little cocktail of all three of those things, because things do get legitimate at some point in this episode.
yeah.
As far as
Mhm,
being
mhm.
acknowledged by mainstream science, we will glaze through that as quickly as possible because we're here for the weird.
We're here for the weird.
But it
Yeah.
needs to be discussed at least in a couple sentences. Tonight's cryptid superstar is known as the Indonesian Littlefoot, or more popular as the orang pendek. And
Right,
there's
we're gonna have
the
to go ahead and drink to that,
You guys
guys.
like
That
it?
is our
Oh,
word.
yeah,
I love
that is
this.
our-
what's
Yes,
our word?
it is.
Oh, Bigfoot or
Uh,
Littlefoot?
Bigfoot, or
Bigfoot,
Littlefoot,
Littlefoot.
and or either or. Yeah, this Brie. I love this jungle vibe. I love my face in this one.
Mhm.
If I
I
remember
gotta,
correctly, I made that face because
took
you were
me
punching
forever.
me.
Not to make
No, I'm like,
Bobby's
yeah.
Cryptid Corner about me, but did you notice how I changed the lights to green to give it more of a jungle vibe?
The
today?
jungle
I like
vibe.
it.
Oh,
I like it.
shit.
Yeah,
Jungle
I
vibe.
do.
Usually it's like
Vibe.
a blue. Usually it's like
Mhm,
an Arctic
mhm,
blue. Anyway,
mhm.
That's
Welcome
why
to
I'm
the
dark.
jungle.
We're deep in the jungle.
you know
Dude,
where
we
you
are
are.
in the jungle today.
You're in the
Yeah.
jungle, baby. You're gonna die.
You're the jungle,
Welcome
baby.
to the jungle.
Welcome to the jungle. We
You're
got
gonna
cryptids
die.
and ghosts.
Have you seen the meme of Axl Rose? He's all bloated. It's like, welcome to the jungle. We got tons of cake.
That's so great.
Classic. The orang pendek. Let's set the stage a little bit here. This, first of all, this directly translates in, I guess, Indonesian to short person. Short person, not little foot. We learned in a discussion before drink, by the way. We learned in
Yeah, do that.
a discussion before the show. We explained to Bree that it's Littlefoot because it's a derivative of Bigfoot. It's just a tiny Bigfoot-like creature, only not 6 to 12 feet tall. It is actually much shorter than that, which we will get into. But again, let's set the stage. Where are we located here? Okay. The location of most of these sightings, maybe not all the explanations, foreshadowing, is on the island of Sumatra, which is the largest island. I think it's the furthest west island in Indonesia, weighing in at a hearty 183 square miles, about 1,100 miles long and 435 miles at its widest point. We got a
Relatively
pop.
small.
Yes, but Indonesia is a archipelago,
Damn.
a series of islands,
Mhm.
an island nation. I think it's a republic too, which is interesting.
Can I
Oh.
just say that, like, who is down to go ends on a cute little oceanside property
Oh, for sure. Just like
in
hang out out there.
Sumatra, especially after this
Okay.
episode?
So I was really into that. Like when I was researching this, I was like, this would be such a fucking cool place to go.
Yeah.
Until I realized there's something called a Sumatran tiger, and they have sun bears, which are like the most vicious fucking
Oh,
bear
they're scary looking too.
in the world. Like
Yeah.
they will straight murk your ass all day
Yeah,
long.
they don't give a fuck.
All right, Tony, let's not blow my load.
Why do we
completely.
care? Tony, you have guns.
Dude, they
I
let me bring
figured
them.
you
We
can't
would all
bring
go
them
ends on one
there.
property.
I was very.
That's over there, yeah.
I've always wanted to go to Southeast Asia in general ever since I read the book The Beach which was a movie starring Leonardo DiCaprio. But the book is like fucking amazing. Read The Beach, people. The movie's okay. But anyway,
wait, hold on, Bree. Also, I don't know if you need another like timeshare.
you have a timeshare, Bree?
What?
Yeah,
Bree.
I got a timeshare when I was on my 24th birthday.
Ask her how many times she's used it.
How many times have you used it?
None.
What?
But to be fair, though,
Where is
I
it?
did not want it. I did not want it.
Did someone give it to you?
wants
So
it.
it's with so
It's like a
technically my home would be in Orlando, Florida. That's right next to
Boo.
Disney World.
Wait,
however, it's a Universal because like the
network.
forgetting who it is. Who is it? Like RCI, something crazy like that. But it's such a big network that people just switch their timeshares. So a big part of that was we can like trade with someone in Bali. We can go to Bora Bora. We could go they have locations throughout the entire world. So I think
And you've
that's
done
what
none of this.
sold my husband on it because I didn't want it at all.
Bree,
I didn't want it at all.
there's a literally like a legal team that'll get you out of that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Or we could
Josh
just
wants
start
it, though.
using it. And yes, I said
So-
we.
Start using it. Yeah.
Yes, we.
Yeah,
The
all of
only
us.
thing I was like,
Cryptid
fine,
adventure.
it's all right. Is that I got a helicopter ride out of it and a limo
Wait.
ride, and I was like, okay, cool, it's my birthday, so
It's
that's
in
fine.
Orlando?
Yeah, that's the home base, but there's
We
also
gotta-
one in Vegas. So there's one. It's like Westgate. If that's not the parent company, but Westgate is like what, one street off of the Strip in Las Vegas, and so that's why we got suckered into it.
Well,
Mhm.
I propose that we utilize your timeshare in Orlando, call it Bigfoot Anon, and go swamp ape hunting.
Yeah,
one of
go
these
swamp
days.
ape. Let's do it.
Let's
I'm
do
in.
it.
A flight to.
And
a
we
flight
are
to,
going to my old stomping grounds. We'll be going to Mayaka, and that's where my old best friend used to live. And that's who first told me about the swamp ape. I just don't want to go back there.
The
Let's
person
go to
comes
Sumatra.
off.
We're going to
Excuse me,
Sumatra.
excuse me,
Yeah.
Bree. I am your only best friend in the whole wide
Well-
world. There was never any before me, and there won't be any after me. So correct yourself.
oh.
I too was
Yeah.
very excited to potentially visit Indonesia one day, and then I saw that the flight there is 23 hours.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
No.
if you don't know, I am 6'6", 250 pounds.
Flights are not.
I
yeah.
would need
He's
at
so
least
dumb.
business class not to kill
Kill
myself.
yourself. Yeah.
Oh,
So-
first class all the way. Anywho, let's move on. We're going to
Yes.
Indonesia.
We're
We'll
going
take
to
some
Indonesia.
Ambien and we'll be fine.
We are.
Let's
Yes,
go
I'm
to
saying.
Indonesia through the
Drugs.
magic of the internet. The
We're
location
going-
of the Orang
Look how
Pendek.
beautiful.
We
Oh
need
my
like a
God.
teleport.
You know that
sound.
climate is sticky as hell, though.
Yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those are
but
rice
it doesn't
patties.
matter. Like when it's that beautiful. Like I grew up in Houston, where it's like, okay, this is humid and disgusting aesthetically. Where when it's like a sexy beach or jungle setting, it doesn't matter if it's humid and hot outside. You're just
Yeah,
like,
because you just wear
No,
like a
I
bikini
disagree.
or like a bathing suit or
I
something.
just wear
yeah.
a bikini.
Yeah.
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 According to
Okay.
Wikipedia, hold on, go back to that farm, please. It's known for, I believe, a lot of I like Sumatran coffee. I think this is where the term
Mhm.
Java comes from, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that.
Yep.
But
yeah, you're right.
coffee, I think that's a rice paddy farm right there, though. I'm not sure, though. Who knows? I'm not a
makes
farmer.
Sense, because Sumatra is a type of coffee. I think is Starbucks.
Yes, it's from
Mhm.
Sumatra. Or
Mhm.
well, maybe. Who knows with Starbucks, but
It was
yeah,
Starbucks,
Sumatran
yes.
coffee is very bold and invigorating. So let's just talk about the flora and fauna real quick, because I think that's relevant in this case when it comes to things like misidentification.
Mhm.
Keep in mind we have, this is a jungle setting, so we have 580 bird species, about 300 freshwater fish species, 93 amphibian species. I think Tony already alluded to it, the Sumatran tiger,
Dick.
the Sumatran rhinoceros, elephant, ground cuckoo, which I think is a bird.
They have an elephant?
Oh yeah, according to
That's like-
see that.
That's
all
crazy.
all research was done on Cryptic Wiki and Wikipedia, so take all this with a grain of salt.
Great salt.
Again, we are not scientists or accredited academics. And then we have two types of orangutans. We have the Sumatran orangutan and the Tapanuli.
Tapanuli.
And don't
I need
forget
one.
the sun bear.
One of the main tropes with just Bigfoot or cryptids in general is like, oh, the sightings are increasing because civilization keeps expanding out. So there's a lot of deforestation going on in Sumatra, apparently, with farmlands and I guess timber or something like that. I'm not sure, but all these animals are like, it's like these animals are severely endangered, and you're like, Jesus. So what that means in the cryptid world is potentially more sightings will happen as you encroach upon the habitat of these magnificent creatures.
100%. And that what is interesting about you saying that is that sounds like a lot of different types of big animals for such a small area of islands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
When you said the elephants, that threw, I think Tony off, it threw me off too, because I was like, damn, wait, where is that? Like, how do elephants even get there?
Again,
it's
Wikipedia.
like, did they cross the ocean?
It's not far from India, I guess. I mean,
No, it makes sense to me. I'm pretty sure I've seen people go to they've gone to Indonesia and they take all the pictures of the elephants. It's like a thing. It's like, damn.
And who knows if they're even native to there? Like they could have been brought over or whatever.
Probably not.
This isn't an episode on the Sumatran elephant. Maybe one day when we run out of cryptids, we can talk about that.
Never.
Just keep in mind, we have this part of the world is known for volcanoes, high jungle peaks. The tallest in Sumatra is 12,484 feet. Obviously, rainforest, and it's also highly seismic, meaning occasional severe earthquakes throughout the history of a
severe.
Well, if you look it up, it says like 1780, blah, blah, blah. There was an earthquake that like destroyed half the population. And then also common is tsunamis in this part of the world as well because of that same thing. Now, one of the theories, and we'll get into in just a second of the physical description of orang pendek, keeping in mind it is the little foot, obviously, so it is presumably bipedal.
Oh, not that one.
One theory as to why I don't know how this plays out scientifically, but one theory as to why it's bipedal is that it was due to severe earthquakes causing like the orangutan population hundreds and thousands of years ago to evolve to deal with earthquakes. Maybe it's less saving than trees or something.
That is a stretch.
I don't know. Like I couldn't. They just kind of glazed over it on this thing I was watching. I was like, "What does that mean?"
That was a stretch. I was like, "Yeah, that's a stretch for me."
Well, and if it's a stretch on Bobby's Cryptid Corner, it's a universal.
It's a stretch.
For sure.
It's a stretch. Can I say though, if evolution was to take a play here, then I would assume they would lose their hair or something like that because it's hot as balls.
It is.
They just become like, I'm waiting for a half reptile, half.
Well, how come orangutans haven't lost their furs?
Because I don't believe in evolution anymore, really.
Oh, cool. I think it's a fucking psyop, actually.
Oh, wow.
Everything is a psyop.
No, it's
interesting information right now.
We don't have to go down this road. I think adaptations are. I don't think like Darwinian evolution is all it's cracked up to be. And I'm not even like a flat earther, like evangelical Christian. I'm just like a little.
You're just like it seems suspicious. I get you. I get you.
There is a Darwin city here in Indonesia. I saw it. It's a Darwin.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Odd.
That guy was anyway. Well, we should do a whole episode of
just
Darwin and all the fuckery afoot with that guy. I just offended some of your woke audience, I think, with that one. But...
I hate the woke. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Okay. Let's talk about the physical description.
We just lost 40 subscribers
because I talk shit on Charles Darwin.
You're fine.
Okay. The physical description of an orang pendek, also known as the little foot. Cheers.
Cheers, love.
Cheers. Do it.
Now I have in my notes 3 to 5 foot tall, but in Bree's presentation she has 2.5 to 5.5. I think that's about
correct.
That's about a decent round up or down.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it like 2 to 6, but I didn't want to go that far because 6 feet is like no, they're never that tall.
No,
so I left some wiggle room.
I have seen as tall as 6 feet, but
I like the idea. They're as tall as I am.
I was like, but at that point, if they're 6 feet, it's like it's going into more Bigfoot territory than it is Littlefoot. Yeah,
just a fucking dude.
I'm telling you,
The,
they sound just like me.
The 5'5" orang pendek is the Dikembe Mutombo of the Hobbit people of Indonesia.
Yeah.
So keep that. Shaquille O'Neal. You know, I don't want to do too many obscure '90s basketball
I
players.
was like,
in my
that was a
references.
lot.
Well, the Dikembe Mutombo is like
90s.
7'9" or something. Anyway,
I know Michael Jordan
okay. Well,
because he was on Space Jam.
he was in Space Jam. Yeah.
The only good Space Jam.
He was in. Oh, the guy from Space Jam in the Hanes commercials.
The one everybody watched.
Exactly.
Not the fucking greatest basketball player that ever lived.
No.
These are hairy bipeds reported by some to have a large face of a man, which is interesting because a lot of the illustrations we're going to look at here have more of a orangutan or chimpanzee look to them.
Mhm.
But I've noticed in the accounts I've read about it is a large face of a man covered in gray, black, orange, or sometimes like a honey fur. I like the idea of a honey man.
Honeycomb.
Like the honeycomb creature from the 90s honeycomb commercials, right?
Ooh.
Yes.
Yes.
That's not 90s, man. Come on.
Now,
Reese's Puff,
every
Reese's
90s cereal mascot was just like a fucking
horrifying.
junkie. Just a junkie.
Yo, but 90s cereal
you got
was
the Trix
a craze.
Rabbit, you got the
that's
Lucky
where all cereal
Charms.
came out during.
Yeah, and then we realized it's like you're feeding your children
It was like
candy
horrible for
breakfast.
you. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was totally that. My parents did not give a fuck. Like they were just like, "I'll pick something out. And
Really?
we'll go to
Yeah.
McDonald's on the way home." I'm like, okay.
Oh, yeah, no,
my
for sure. I ate a
parents
lot of fast food
overly
growing up.
cared. I never had that kind of stuff. The most I ever had in my house was Frosted Flakes, and that was about as sugary as
Too
it was gonna
sweet.
get.
Too sweet.
Oh,
Although-
no, it was just eat this and shut the fuck up, go away.
In Frosted, like I like how they marketed Frosted Flakes as some sort of like athletic sports breakfast. Like,
Oh,
Right?
right.
you're gonna kick
No
the
one's
goal in the
gonna-
big soccer game today if you eat your sugar.
There.
Sugar.
Frosted Flakes.
Mm-hmm.
They do like a
You know, no.
Pele spin kick in those commercials. It's like
Oh,
because
yeah.
the Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, here's
Yeah.
40 grams of sugar. Go fuck off somewhere else.
Sugar
Yeah, I know.
subsidies. We'll talk about that on another episode of Bobby's Cryptid Corner one day when we run
We'll
out
just
of
have the sugar conspiracy, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So the orang pendek. I'm sorry. Was someone going to say something?
Mhm.
No.
Bree, are you just laughing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
she's-
laughing at
she's
how
just giggling.
all this
It is speculated that the orang pendek is indeed, according to eyewitness accounts, bipedal, thus speculated that it is a ground-dwelling ape, meaning it likely does not spend a lot of time in the trees. We will watch a
No.
video a little later that's an alleged orang pendek where it looks like a swift little skinny orange humanoid. It is quite creepy.
And loves that frog.
These are largely
Should I
sited
have
within the Kerinci Regency of Central Sumatra and especially within the borders of Kerinci Seblat National Park. I'm butchering the pronunciation. So
We
just
always
deal
do.
with it.
Nobody comes here for proper pronunciation. of
Listen,
words.
just don't forget about that fruit. Don't forget about that fruit.
According to the Kerinci villagers, the orang pendek actually has immense Hulk-like strength, especially for its size. It can uproot a small tree.
What?
And it says break rotten vines. I think anyone can break a rotten vine. I don't know why that's.
I was like, that sounds soft. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is from Wikipedia, by the way. Now, what they're known for more than anything, as far as the locals go, is they're a bit of a nuisance. They're often found, sightings are often having in farms, in fields of crops.
Stealing snacks.
They have a taste for fruit and potatoes.
Durian fruit.
Assumed to be omnivores because they eat fruit and potatoes and
Not people.
No, we don't know. We don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if there's any missing 411s of Sumatra, but I would attribute that to the orang pendek is a tribe of cannibalistic humanoid
They
ground
they
dwellers.
could only eat children then because they're so tiny. You can't eat something bigger than
I was
you.
like, yeah, it was like, how are you gonna hunt something bigger than you? Yeah.
Babies
since-
only.
Haven't you seen Gulliver's Travels?
Yeah, I mean,
No.
since we're talking about the natives, real quick.
We are. The natives.
It's always the natives.
Everything
Who
goes back
wants
to the
to
natives.
try to say that?
Please.
So I
Suku
think it's also
Anakalam.
important to bring up that they are considered an omnivore.
Yes.
And the natives have a oral tradition of hunting parties
Oh.
being like tricked by the orang pendek and them outsmarting them because they try to attack lone hunters in the jungle.
Shifty little fuckers.
Yes.
For what?
Now-
Just for fun?
They sound very
No,
Loki
for
like,
food.
very mysterious. Yeah, very.
Almost like a pan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
this
So they tricked
also-
them to take their hunt,
this is-
like what they
but-
killed.
No, to kill them, to kill the hunters.
Why would they do that?
Oh.
They're so tiny.
So the hunters come back and say a group of orang pendek tried to kill me while I
Oh,
was
so it wasn't like a
hunting.
one-on-one. It was like
It was
they were stalking their
multiple.
prey.
Yes.
Okay, I get you. All right.
Yep.
Jeez.
So this is why I love this cryptid. There's just so much to it.
Well, this slide particularly, I don't have any. This seems like a Bree.
So
Exclusive.
yeah, so
Take a
the
break.
what we're naming as the natives, which are just the indigenous people there. The Suku Anak Dalam means children of the inner forest, and everything in that little parentheses, which I don't think I should try to say, are just different
No.
groups. They're just
It would be
different
a hate
groups.
crime.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
probably.
Orang
So they're all.
Kubu.
Oh, you want to do it anyway? Okay. Orang.
Give me that hate crime.
Simbilan.
Looking for it.
So
Simbalan
American.
or
Orang
Orang Rimba.
Rimba. Next
Hate
to
crime
us.
me. I haven't heard that in
I
so
just
long.
love that
No,
song.
it's so long since we
It's
played a
so
hate crime.
good though. This is the Orang Rimba next to us. This is an old picture of them.
Mhm.
They are just different groups of nomadic people there. But it's been, for centuries, it's been known that they acknowledge Orang Pendek, and it's basically a part of their culture because they've lived in this area for so long. It's like since the beginning of time, they've always just considered them to be there and cohabitants of the forest. And because they are such little trickster demons, they leave these tobacco offerings, and
Keep 'em away.
it's said that they will just like leave an offering, and then of course when they hear the wrestling or they can sense their presence, they literally like run.
I just love
Like,
the idea of a
deuces.
little orange monkey creature smoking a pack of Newport.
Okay, so obviously they're not handing out cigarettes. I just couldn't find a picture or like an icon that I liked, so I was like, fuck it,
Right.
just
Don't
give 'em,
ruin
like,
this for me.
They want cools.
Yeah.
They want cools. They
Oh,
want those
well,
menthols.
there's-
Stop. Of course. they
Back
did.
in my day, we could scrounge up some quarters and dimes and nickels from my mom's Dodge Neon and
Oh,
buy a
yes.
pack of cools for like $2.99.
Those were my
Bree-
first
I
cigarettes.
was like, that's why I was laughing because Bree, that's
Prison
why she said that. She
currency.
said cool because that was her cigarettes growing up. of what she
Really?
smoked. Immediately
Wow.
got flashbacks. Yeah.
I was a Marlboro 27 guy.
I was a Marlboro
Oh.
Red
Oh, no.
100s from the
I was
beginning.
a marble
I switched.
short.
Oh, no. She switched to
I
27s.
switched. I switched to 27s, and everyone I know smoked them. My
Mhm.
husband will. I mean, if we're like, in an occasion.
Drinking every once
But
in a
that
while.
was
yeah.
his. That was his cigarettes. All of my other friends, all of them, 27s.
But she
forever.
started off with cools and it
Started off with
menthol. Oof.
Yep. No,
Flashbacks
see,
every time I smell it.
Man, I love
I
smoking
am
cigarettes.
a full-on Marlboro smooth person because I am
Mm.
ghetto as
Are we all still smokers here?
I am.
I just
know.
vape. I don't smoke cigarettes, but I smoke.
I vape and
vapes.
smoke and do marijuana.
I
That's as crazy as I
vape
get.
on the stream, and then I'll smoke cigarettes on vacation.
I was like, I've seen Bobby smoke cigarettes before.
Well, I was on vacation when I saw you, so I was just
It's
like,
all right.
just
Listen, because
making up for lost time.
Also, because there's something about drinking and smoking a cigarette. I know a lot of people who do not smoke cigarettes like at all, but they have a few drinks and they like their group of friends are smoking and they will 100% share one.
That's how I started.
Yeah, give it to me. It's a habit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think my last brand was P-Funk's Parliaments. So,
ooh, Bobby.
I think it's important to differentiate the different Pendeks or different orangs. Okay. So there's this idea that there are several different subspecies that live like in this area. There's the orang pendek, which is what we're talking about, but there's also a different orang. I think it's Rimbeck or something like that, which is a broader definition for these little people that live like gnomes. I guess they call them gnomes or hobbits.
They're like actual like little pygmy people.
Yeah, they call them like hobbits. I think it is. The Polynesian hobbits or the Indonesian hobbits. It's really, this is one of the things that makes it really fascinating about this cryptid is just how many accounts there are. Like it blew my mind when I started looking into this.
Well, I think we know Tony's Factor Sci-Fi on this.
Right?
It's definitely a fucking sci-fi.
Oh, don't giving it away right now.
I'm going to say that just to piss Brie off.
Just to piss Brie off. She's not
She's
even
not
here.
here anymore.
That's why I said
She abandoned us. She abandoned us.
She did.
Oh, wait.
We'll wait.
I'm always here. Never sci-fi. Okay, anyways.
If you want to bring her back, just be like, I don't believe in dinosaurs.
I know, right?
She'll come back fucking raging.
Come over here.
Okay, let's
talk about old John Marginoli. He's Italian or Portuguese.
Johnny. Is it Portuguese? Portuguese?
I think it's Italian.
Has to be.
I'm not sure.
I was like, sounds so Italian to me.
But the big takeaway here is we have several, and I'm not one to say it's not real unless Westerners acknowledge it. Like that is not my fucking jam at all. Because we've been wrong a lot, especially when it comes to this stuff. So back in the day, 1338 to 1353, Sumatra was known as the Kingdom of Sabah.
Ooh, so Lion King.
That's Mufasa.
That's a different hemisphere, but sure. According
Simba.
to this, they do a great deal of work sowing and reaping corn and other things. And when the traders go to them, as I have myself witnessed, they put out what they have to sell in the middle of the path and run and hide. Then purchasers go forward and deposit the price and take what has been set down. Now, this account, I feel like could be an account of just like short natives. Like I don't think we have to necessarily attribute this to a orange.
Why would they run and hide?
Well, maybe they're carnies.
Maybe because they're fucking being murdered by colonists.
Oh shit!
Like
carnies.
I don't trust. Maybe they're carnies. They're timid.
In the
carnies.
1300s.
Yeah, carnies go way back.
They go way
Oh
back.
Lord!
So
no,
apparently we have a economic culture of trade, according to this gentleman from 1338. So I don't know. This is just one account, but I think again the big takeaway here is we have a recognition of these things from way back when. This isn't like, what is it, like the rake we did a few weeks ago, where it's like it came from the internet, and you're like, it's real,
right?
It's real.
Right.
This is not a creepy pasta. This is a
right.
This is a real.
Thank God. I just don't like creepypastas. I don't know why. I think I don't like things that are fake. I don't like things that are fake. I want to, if it's creepy and weird, I want it to be something that's
real, that it
could
actually scares you.
be real.
Yeah.
Like that's why I don't bother when people recommend these books to me, I'm like, no, I need something that has like actual history and evidence and weird, strange accounts to them, not something totally fucking made up just to live in a fantasy world. No, there's enough weird things in the world
going on
to
Let's
pay
hear about
attention
them.
to.
Yeah.
You might say that fact is stranger than fiction.
Ooh.
Now, there was a gentleman in
Amen.
1923 named Mr. Van Hairwarden.
Ooh, okay. Is this what
where
I have? Is this it? No, but we
No.
will.
But
Mr.
we'll get
Van
there.
H.
Go back to the other one. We'll get to that in a second.
This one.
Oh, yeah.
So
wow.
but however, this is, I'll read this one because this is about someone that was employed by him. This is from the Sumatran governor at the time. So it was pretty much the Dutch colonists in the 20th century that came and then started to have these accounts. And because of that, the story started to spread to the West. So this was something that the stories of the little feets, little foots of baby toes. The baby toes was really stuck to Indonesia or in that area of Sumatra until the Dutch colonists. So the I feel like I'm not saying that
Sumatrans?
right. Sumatran governor
Sumatrans.
L.C. Westernek recorded. So this is in writing about a experience with someone who was employed by Mr. Van Haringen, whatever his name is. This was in 1910. A boy from Pendek, employed as an overseer of Mr. Van H., had to stake the boundaries of a piece of land in which a long lease had been applied. One day, he took several coolies, I don't know what that is, into the virgin forest on the Barrison Mountains near Lobak, Salasic. Suddenly, he saw about 15 meters away a large creature, low on its feet, which ran like a man. It was very hairy and was not an orangutan, but his face was not like an ordinary man.
I'm very aroused.
Me too.
I was like, I find it interesting that he very
that
specifically was like, it was not an orangutan. Like, let me just be clear, and so everyone knows we're not talking about an orangutan.
What if you opened your window in the middle of the night and saw that face peering in there?
I would probably piss myself. Yeah.
Somebody shoot it.
Yeah.
I would just scat everywhere.
Yeah. Probably have a heart attack.
Did you say you would scat everywhere?
Bree, you said a
Jesus
slur.
Christ.
Bree, you said a slur.
Graphic.
That's not a slur.
Wow. Bree.
Yes.
Scat.
So
It's
Mr. Von Hairjorden.
Hold on, wait.
Okay.
We're gonna get there.
We're getting there. All right.
We're gonna get there. Okay, so then in 1917, Mr. Ustenag, who was an owner of one of the coffee plantations there, said that he had an encounter, and he said that his body was as large as a medium-sized native's and had thick, square shoulders, not sloping at all. The color was not brown, but looked like black earth, a sort of dusty black, more gray than black. He clearly noticed my presence. He did not so much as turn his head, but stood up on his feet. He seemed quite as tall as about 1.75 millimeters. I mean, what? Millimeters or
Sorry,
meters?
we're American. Meters.
I don't know what that converts to. I'm sorry.
3.2 eagles.
Fucking communist metric system.
Okay.
3.2 eagles.
What the fuck is
Then
eagle?
I saw that it was not a man, and I started back, for I was not armed. The creature took several paces without the least haste, and then, with his ludicrously long arm, grasped a sapling, I don't know what that is either, which threatened to break under his weight, and quietly sprang into a tree, swinging in great leaps, alternately to right and then to left. Then, so this is the beautiful creature.
Oh my God!
Oh, look
Spank
at that
Bank.
hair.
That hair is fabulous. Not gonna
Oh,
lie.
Gorgeous.
She,
Oh, that
she
could-
uses herbal
Uses
essence.
coconut
Yeah.
water.
I tell you what,
Should I do my hair like that?
that is a TikTok with 2 million followers.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Fucking TikTok.
I just don't understand the reference ever. That's okay.
It's okay.
There you go.
Yeah, here's what I was trying. Here's what I was trying to get to.
Here
Several
you go,
times.
Bobby.
We're going in chronological order, folks. It's fine. Now, surveying the land was Mr. Van Heerwarden, who was the, I guess, the Jedi Master of that other person who had an account 2 slides ago.
Exactly.
Okay. I discovered a dark and hairy creature on a branch, which is interesting, by the way, as an aside, because we know them to be
They
ground
said not
dwellers.
to be, not to be in branches.
Yep.
The Sidapa? What does that word mean?
Sadopa?
That is another word for the little feet, the little foot.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Whoops.
Everybody drink.
He was also hairy on the front of its body, and the color there were lighter than on the back. Maybe it's exposed to the sun for some reason. I don't know. The very dark hair on its head fell to just below the shoulder blades, and or even almost to the waist. Yeah, that's
Crazy.
bizarre to me. Let me do
That's
another
really
aside
bizarre.
here.
Isn't it?
Like a monkey with like long Gina Davis hair is just
It's
fucking
this
disturbing.
right here.
Yeah,
This
that
right
is-
here.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
That
Telling
is-
you. 2
yeah.
million subscribers.
She
Who
looks like
is brushing
Julia
that hair?
Roberts.
It's fabulous.
Mhm.
The highlights.
Yeah. Had it been standing, its arms would have reached to a little above its knees. They were therefore long, but its legs
Okay.
seemed to be seemed to me rather short. I did not. So it's not a proportional creature, which is like kind of that uncanny
Right.
valley thing where it's like, ugh,
Yes.
what is that?
Yeah,
thing?
it's like
Trying to
human,
make
but
sense
it's
of it,
not
yeah.
human.
I did not see its feet, but I did see some toes. That doesn't make sense, but okay.
Little
Okay.
toe.
Which were shaped in a very normal manner. There was nothing repulsive or ugly about its face, nor was it at all ape-like. So I think this guy
Human
had
face.
I was
sexual
like, this.
intercourse.
I
with
was
this
like,
thing.
this really sounds like he's trying to make whoever
You
he's talking to
guys.
He's been at
understand
sea
that
so
it
long.
sounded like a very beautiful woman who is just really hairy.
Right. It's
Yeah, oh,
like, so obviously she's not pigeon-toed.
I like that
And-
full body bush.
Yeah, but she's got the
Mhm.
full body bush, like the short, weird proportions. I dated a girl like that once. I don't recommend it. Like, don't. do
Kansas,
it.
baby.
Hands, baby.
You guys are absolutely wild tonight.
Woo!
Woo!
I feel like we're not any different than any other day.
Really? Maybe
Yeah.
I'm actually
I just feel
realizing
like
how
Bree-
nutty this
I
is.
just feel like
Here
Bree
we are,
hasn't-
yeah.
Bree's not mad at me yet, which is
Yeah, it's
She's
been a
not mad at
week.
you yet. Yeah.
we're only about halfway done yet.
Oh, there's still time. There's still time.
There's plenty of time.
There is.
Always my goal, Bree.
Yeah, I'm gonna straight
but I think this
sci-fi
is interesting.
motherfucker.
Can we stop, Tony? See? Okay, now Tony is
Shut the
getting in
fuck
trouble. God damn it, Tony.
Bree's like a little timeout corner that she could like slap somebody with.
No, listen.
Right.
I feel like sometimes I'm like the teacher. What happened?
Yeah.
I did that. Sorry.
I like it.
That's okay.
Let's
Press
step away
buttons,
from the
that's-
slideshow for a second.
I think it's
and
interesting
point it out
to
when it
think
happens.
of. It's interesting that he's saying that it wasn't ugly or repulsive at all. So it definitely, the human face is there,
Mhm.
but the body of an ape-like creature, which we don't see in any other animal.
Well,
Any
and not just a
animal in the
body of an
world.
ape-like creature, but like also human-like as well, because he said like the toes looked normal. Like he was definitely really checking that thing out, looking it up and down, like what we got here in
Them
this
baby
tree.
toes.
Yeah.
Them baby
Ooh, them
toes.
baby toes, exactly.
That's it is
Suck-
kind of a
suck-
weird thing to point out. Like there was
The
this really
lollipops.
fucked up thing, but man, it's feet. Oh.
Man, it's so
Well, and that, well, no, it was
Oh,
like
its
no,
feet.
it's he said I didn't see its
Just the
feet, just
toes.
its toes.
Yeah.
They look normal.
Oh, those toes were normal.
Yo, girl, you got an OnlyFans?
The
Yeah,
way
yo,
that you say
girl.
that, like, can you make anything sound nice like that? You're like, ooh, them normal ass
Hey,
toes.
girl.
Mm.
Don't hit me with that
toes
big
I like
thing.
an anatomically correct foot on my ape ladies.
When the feet are on your shoulders, you
Your
can see
feet are
the
very human-like.
Let me suck them
Okay.
normal toes.
Hells yeah, I suck ape
So
toes.
we're one thing to take from the accounts we've read so far is I believe that they have made it very clear that it was
That
not
guy wants to have sex with that thing.
Yeah, for
of
sure.
an ape-like creature. It was not anything that they could explain in conventional terms as far
For
as
sure.
any ape-like animal. I
Only
think that's
sexual
very
terms,
clear.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like one of the reasons he was
I'm just too horny to describe this like a normal person.
I forgot I put them in there.
Wait, that was its chest. It's an open wound.
So like someone came for its feet and there was a battle.
Someone came on his feet.
Came
Hashtag
for.
t-shirt,
Someone
please.
came for.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of monkey fucking on this episode.
I said someone came for his feet, not came on. You guys are.
Someone and came on his. They came for his feet, and they came on his feet, and it was fucking hot.
Yeah,
This
I don't
is-
really know what this is.
Once again, we're a very scientific show. We're
He looks pissed, though. Let me tell you that much.
He looks like
This
he has
must
no
be the
soul.
male.
Look at his eyes.
I don't think that's a real thing. I think that's a model of sorts.
I know it's
No,
just so
that's definitely a
horrible.
real picture.
It definitely. Oh wow.
Oh,
Better
that's-
than this face. I'll
So
take
yeah,
that
this
one.
is a pretty famous depiction of the orang pendek.
really?
Yeah, it's like the old close up on the face. I don't think it's not based on a real. I don't know what the origin is, but you can see like it does look more human than it does ape.
it does.
Yeah, like if you look at from like
That
the
smile?
bottom of the nose up,
Well,
it's
the brow
so
ridge,
human-like. And
the
then
cheeks.
you look maybe from the nose down and it's a little bit more ape-like to me, but yeah, I can definitely like if you take off like from the bottom of the nose up, it literally looks like a person, and then when you put your finger over the top, it literally just looks like an ape. That's crazy.
Hell yeah.
I don't know, y'all. That nose.
That thing's down to fuck. I'll tell you that much. DTF.
No, she's down to eat. She's gonna be eating you.
Eating your dick off.
Oh, okay. Let's reel it back into the science side of things. Let's go
Are
to
we
the
good?
island of Flores. Okay.
Flores.
Hell yeah!
Hey, can
Hell
we
yeah.
actually go to the Foursquare screen real quick before we get into this too
hold
much?
on. Right here.
There
Let
we
me.
go.
All right. So, as you just saw, and we'll go back to it in a second, is the island of Flores, which is due east of Sumatra. It's also part of Indonesia. There is a type of person, or what is that? Is there a garbage truck outside someone's house? That sounds
It's
like
mine.
Jamie's background. That's all.
Jamie. Are you worshiping the devil again? Okay. Well, anyway, there is a tribe of people or monkey people. I don't know. It's some sort of thing called the Ibu Gogo. Okay, in Flores, and these are said to be 1.5 meters tall humanoid creature with a wide, flat nose, broad face, large mouth, reported to have their own language. The Naji people believe that the Ibu Gogo were alive at the time of the arrival of the Portuguese trading ships of the 17th century, and some hold that they survived as recently as the 20th century, but they're no longer seen. The Ibu Gogo are believed to have been hunted to extinction by the human inhabitants of Flores. They believe that the extermination, which culminated around seven generations ago, was undertaken because the Ibu Gogo stole food from their human dwellings and kidnapped children. Now, I gotta say, This is a
It's a decent move, in my opinion.
This is a motif of the North American Bigfoot. I don't know if we want to attribute
sure.
those harsh.
Hold up though.
Is that the brown note that you're playing there? What is that?
That's
Hmm?
Jamie's got some background every time.
Do I really?
That's
Okay,
it.
hold on. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna mute myself.
It just
so
sounds
maybe
like an
hear it.
airplane. No, we don't hear it at all.
Okay. Now-
so like they're extinct, possibly be from humans from what they did. Is that what you're saying?
No, well, you know, we have a way of justifying genocide in our culture, in our historical accounts.
No.
It's like,
Can I take a
Not
5
me
seconds
personally.
from that? No, can I just take 5
Oh,
seconds
great.
from that? Do you guys mind?
please do.
Please.
Do you guys mind?
No.
I saw a super, what I found to be appalling video. Like one of my favorite things are people go on the streets and they ask these questions to random people. And I was shocked at how many people had no idea what the Holocaust was.
Oh, geez.
They had no idea how many Jews died. They didn't know what Auschwitz was. They thought that some person, when they're like, who did Hitler go after? They were like children. And I was just like, what is going on in the world? And they're like, do you know how many Jews died in the Holocaust? They're like 8,000. No, try 8 million total
Right.
people died. And I just feel like we need to like remember these things because that's how history repeats itself. And
Yeah,
I
or,
would
like-
just like, I want to push for like, I don't know,
Facts.
like Holocaust Remembrance Month. Like it was such a disgusting thing in human history that I was just like, and they were grown ass people. They were not young people. They were
Yeah.
grown ass people that were just like, Auschwitz, is that a country? Like just so when you said genocide, that's been on my heart lately is like to I don't know. I think big things like that need to be remembered and acknowledged. So we
I'm a
don't
big
forget them.
fan of Jamie slowly getting red pilled on this show. But
Me?
I'm sorry, Bree.
I was like, me?
I'm a big fan of Indonesian monkey people. An article in the New Scientist, volume 186, number 2504, gives the following account of folklore on Flores surrounding the Ibugogo. The Ngage people of Central Flores tell how in the 18th century villagers disposed of the Ibugogo. Speaking of genocide, it's a nice segue. Disposed of the
Dodge is here.
Ibugogo by tricking them into accepting gifts of palm fiber and making to make clothes. When the Ibugogo took the fiber into their caves, the villagers threw the firebrand and set it alight.
Oh.
So that okay.
Ooh,
The story goes on: the occupants were killed, except perhaps one pair who fled to the deepest forest and whose descendants may be living there still.
Ooh.
So
Oh, shit.
Homo sapien murdered the tiny people of Indonesia with setting clothes on fire. A moment of silence, please.
Moment of silence.
Is my feedback
Now-
on?
I'm just
You're good.
We're
Thank
good.
you.
Let's go back to
Michael's a new member. Sorry. Just take a moment. Appreciation for the Holocaust.
Whoa.
Oh, I didn't mean to applaud when you said the Holocaust.
Hey.
You're all no, we don't.
All right. Okay, so here's where we get in. Let's go back to the old slideshow there, if you don't mind.
Hell
Yep.
yeah.
There's
Look at how
Flores,
sexy
okay.
this place is.
Oh my god. I just want to
Can we go?
do you have a timeshare
Yeah.
there?
It's like, yeah.
Then yes. So this is Flores. Now, this is where we get a little more scientific, and I got to preface by saying that we're going to talk about the Homo florenensis,
Yes.
florenensis, and I was actually in an anthropology class in 2003 when these things were becoming discovered, 2004ish.
Are you
And,
serious?
Yeah, and like my professor was freaking out about it, and I was just like, "Oh, this is a good backdoor to talk to my anthropology professor about Bigfoot, and
About weird shit. Yeah.
she was not into it. She's like, Anyway, 2003, Australian and Indonesian. And I also want to say this. We could do a whole episode on Homo floresiensis, so we're just going to glaze through it because it is a possible explanation for at least some sort of remnant or relic offshoot into the orang pendek. So
For sure.
2003, Australian and Indonesian archaeologists discovered the remains, including a complete full skull of an archaic humanoid that stood around 3 foot 6 inches. This was the first one, known as LB1, and another one around 3 foot 7, which is LB2. Initially dated to be somewhere in the ballpark of 38,000 to 13,000 years old. So
You're shitting me.
that's quite a threshold there. But
Yeah.
Did you say R2D2?
no?
No.
LB1 and LB8.
LB2. LB8.
Obi-Wan Kenobi?
All right.
EB1.
You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that. That's a little close. Okay.
I was like, yeah, it sounds very.
It's letters and a number.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Where did Tony
LD2,
go?
R2D2.
I believe Tony went to go pee, probably.
It does sound like a droid. A droid. I don't know what those those letters and numbers stand for.
There he is.
But since that first
Oh,
discovery, several other remains have been found, including a near complete 30-year-old female nicknamed Little Lady of Flores, also known as Flo. That's cute.
Oh, that's cute.
Like the
Lady
TV show.
Flo.
What's the
Yeah,
soup of
Flo.
the day?
Look at those bones.
After stringent testing and research on the remains in 2017, it was concluded that Homo floresiensis is an early specimen of Homo related to Homo habilis. Extinction theories of these things. Let's see. Is this slide have anything that I didn't mention here?
No.
It's pretty similar to the description of orang pendek. So
Okay.
we'll,
And
we'll
it's
put
in
that
the
as
same area. In the same
more
area.
or less the same area.
Same area.
The youngest Homo floresiensis bone remains in the cave date to 60,000 years old, and the youngest stone tools to 50,000 years old. Does this suggest obviously intelligence, perhaps culture, things like that? So again, we're dealing with more of a humanoid creature than an ape creature.
Question.
Yes.
The time frame that they're saying how old it is now, is that like from the day that they found it? So if this is like 2003, it's that many years ago, or is this like in the time frame of all Earth time that we say now, which isn't legitimate, but like we're in 2022.
Okay,
so
so if it was
this long ago.
if it was discovered in 2003 and we're saying it's 13,000 years old, okay, we could say
I can't
it's
do the math.
13,019
That would make
years
it
old.
11,000 some odd years ago. Like
Yeah.
before.
I mean,
Insane.
the scale of it is so large, it doesn't really matter. So I don't know. And again, the threshold is so vast as well. 38,000 between 38,000 and 13,000 years old. Somewhere,
huge
big
somewhere in that
gap,
ballpark.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's nuts.
The disappearance is close to the time that modern humans reached the area, suggesting that the initial encounter caused or contributed to their extinction, consistent with the disappearance of Homo neanderthalis from Europe about 40,000 years ago, within 5,000 years after the arrival of modern humans there, and other anthropogenic extinctions.
Look how baby.
So look at all these babes.
You have Ken in the background.
Swipe
For
right.
sure.
Homo
and then,
sapien.
You have me over here, and then like who's this guy?
That's Homo
It's wild.
floresiensis.
I love that it looks like a police lineup. Like they're trying to be
It
like,
does.
which criminal assaulted you?
I just love that. Like you will find some kind of fringe people that are into ancient history that straight up subscribe to, and I totally give it credit. Is like Tolkien wasn't that far off, right?
No.
We had different races of humanoids at one time
For
living
sure,
on the
for
planet
sure.
together.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Everything from Gigantopithecus to Neanderthal to Homo floresiensis, Homo sapien, all these different.
Homo sapien.
Yeah.
Sapien,
yeah.
sapien.
And some of them worked in mines. Some of them were magic. Some of them were tiny and lived in little holes in the ground.
Good point. Good point.
No,
good point. Why are there no penises?
Because that's offensive.
I was like, I feel like they just didn't
Where's
draw
the
them with
dick in this
penises.
photo?
Yeah.
Or they just evolved from they only needed small penises at the time.
Yep. I mean, gorillas have the smallest dicks of
But huge
per
balls.
size. Huge balls, smallest dicks.
But and
by
gorillas are
size.
one of the only species to
Sounds
have
like
sex
truck
purely for
drivers.
enjoyment, like
I
humans.
don't know what
don't.
that means, Bree, but we're gonna go with it.
Are really?
Tony
Bree?
gets it. Tony gets it. Tony gets it.
Wow, interesting.
I want to lift my truck.
The lifted truck
Oh,
drivers.
here we go, Brie.
More dick jokes on Bobby's Cryptid
Wow,
Corner.
Bobby's Cryptid Corner.
Welcome to the science show. Look at these. Look at these.
Hey, I know her.
Don't
There
look.
you
Don't look.
Hey, it's my ex-wife.
go. Hey.
Hey.
Hey, you girl. So
So-
this is it right here.
Yeah, that's the Homo floresiensis. And the only thing that kind of drives some conflict in the orang pendek theory is this thing. These things, according to these depictions, are not hairy per se. but they're-
Correct. Look
but
at
they
these
could
feet.
be- Yes.
I want to. I don't know if what I'm gonna say might come off as offensive, so I want to apologize up.
Hell
front.
yeah, let's go.
Let's fucking
But-
do it.
I'm wondering if maybe the way this person looks is maybe a gene that might have been passed down to people who have dwarfism now.
Ooh.
Jesus.
So
or
that
Jesus,
is
Jamie.
actually in some of the findings.
Ooh.
That was a possibility. Actually, was that it could have been a dwarfism. I did read a paper on that.
Yeah. There's all kinds of theories like that where it's dwarfism or some sort of anomaly, deformity, who knows? But a lot of those have been contested too, where it's like, yeah, that doesn't really hold weight. I don't know. And again, we could do a whole episode on just this. I didn't want to go too deep into it, but yeah,
Yeah.
there's all kinds of theories. It's like this isn't a real offshoot of like hominid. It's just some sort of anomaly discovery.
Right.
It kind of like what is that
Oh.
stupid Stephen Greer alien they found?
All of
The
them.
Atacama.
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 And yeah, a lot of people are kind of claiming similar things with this.
So more like what it is they were an isolated population that bred with themselves. So whatever weird gene that they had created a small civilization of it. So it's not necessarily that it's an offshoot of something, but it's more just necessarily that you have a deformity in a gene that was probably made worse by inbreeding because this area was probably small and didn't have a big population.
Yeah, it's like Missouri.
Hey,
What's up?
offensive.
What's
Or
up, Midwest? How you
West
guys doing?
Virginia.
Mississippi.
Mama,
Hey, I'm from Texas.
take
Those are
me
my people.
home.
Here's some footprint comparisons. You got the modern human on the left, Neanderthal in the middle there. Ooh, that's a big foot there.
It is. That is.
It is.
Ooh, go ahead and
It's a
drink.
big-
That's the
So-
word.
Big, wide motherfucker.
See, that makes
the,
so much sense.
the orang pendek is the bottom left one. It looks like. So you can tell here by the footprint cast as well. It doesn't seem to be a tree dweller. When we go down to the ground, we evolve. Our feet seemingly evolve to not necessarily grip the branches and
It's the
trunks of
placement.
trees.
Yes, the placement of what you would consider the thumb in some of those pictures and the
Yep.
big toe in the other ones.
Wouldn't it be creepy if we had hands for feet?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
I would love that. What if you
It
were
would be
dating? What if you were
really
dating
weird.
someone and you guys were like, you're like really into each other and it's like going really well, and then like you see them without their shoes on and they have hands for feet? Would that be a deal
Once-
breaker?
One time I
Like
went
they
on
have
a,
really
Absolutely
fucked up feet.
one time I went on a date with somebody. It was a blind date and I didn't know. And we sat at the table to have dinner and he has his jacket on. And then he eventually put his arm up. But it wasn't really an arm. It was more kind of like a weird nubby thing. And I was never more terrified in my life. And all I
Wow.
wanted to do was leave.
Thank
Sorry.
you.
I
That
was
was
just gonna
that was
say,
the
now
most
that
appropriate hate crime we've ever
listen.
done.
It's like, I'm being
This
vulnerable
is
with
Well
you guys.
deserved.
I'm being vulnerable
That
and
was
telling you guys
a straight
a
hate
real,
crime.
a real part of my life that happened. I'm
Some
being
things
very
you just
genuine.
keep to yourself.
I'm so
you know?
uncomfortable
It's
right
like,
now.
I was like 21 years old and very terrified.
Hey,
and I
keep
was,
telling that story. I
yeah.
gotta use the bathroom real quick.
No,
This
is a true thing.
No. That was a little too much, Jamie. That was a little too much.
I'm being vulnerable. I'm telling you
Listen,
guys
we like
some
to
weird
cross
things from
lines.
my story.
That line was crossed.
It was over 10 years
stone
ago.
Rasta.
polished. Also,
Yeah.
no one dates anyone for their feet. Like,
Yes, they
That's
do.
not a
People date
thing.
people for their feet. Absolutely. People have weird feet fetishes all the time.
Yeah,
Technically,
and
what
there's
people
like,
make money off of on the internet.
yeah, and
yeah, but
like,
you're not
have
like,
you
oh, your
ever?
toe's too big. We cannot date.
No, but have you ever been around somebody who won't take their socks off?
Yes, 100%.
It makes
Absolutely.
you really concerned about
It
why
makes
they
me
won't take.
very, no, 100%. Yeah. When I see
Yeah.
people who only have socks on all the time and I've never seen their feet, it makes me very worried for what's
Yeah.
inside the sock. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
I also am weirded out by people who sleep with socks on. I don't know how people do that.
If you sleep with socks on and you're in the chat, let us know, and then
Tell us
Fuck off.
why.
Okay,
Sometimes my feet are cold.
I have. When it's hella cold and
Bree,
I'm
you live in
freezing,
California. It doesn't get hella cold.
Yeah.
where
It's
you
very
live.
temperate.
I
there.
don't know if if you know this term, but there's definitely a term that I heard actually when I went to New York once, which was California babies, and it stuck with me because I realized that we're so acclimated to our climate that when we're outside of what seems normal, which is like perfect mid 70s at all times, when we're outside of that,
You
it
freak
seems
out, yeah.
so extreme. It's like
It's dramatic.
it's
Yeah.
so cold. It's
Mhm.
so hot. But there have been times where I've definitely put my fucking socks on. Actually,
Californians don't generally whine
when
about
I went
things.
Bigfoot
No,
hunting,
not at all.
bring to that. When I went Bigfoot hunting, my last night, I thought I was gonna die in my
Did
tent.
it rain?
I honestly thought I was gonna die. No, I was just so
Was there a light
cold
breeze?
By
that
the way,
I was
she said the
having-
word.
No, I was having anxiety attacks one after the next, and I was awake by myself. And I put on all the socks that I had. Then I went through my husband's backpack and I started putting on his socks. I had 4 pairs of pants on. I had 2 jackets. I had 4 sweaters. Anything I found, I threw on my body.
So it was
So, like,
60 degrees outside. Maybe
I was in the
55.
Sierras, okay? I was in the Sierras, and it was
What?
very cold. It was November
Mhm.
in the middle of nowhere in the mountains, and it was fucking cold.
Yeah. So
not-
when I was in,
I love cold. I do. Jamie
Do
knows.
you?
I love cold. Yeah, no, I love cold. That's my perfect.
cool 70.
I would prefer 68
Yeah, cold to you is
at
like,
all
yeah.
times, or like
That's not
67 at all
cold.
times. No,
That's
I'm saying
like
that's my
perfect.
ideal temperature. No, that's
Great.
my ideal temperature.
When I was in South Korea, every morning I would wake up in my tent that did not have a heater. There would be ice on my sleeping bag.
No. Well,
Is
there was no
is
ice.
that the same kind of cold you're talking about, or
He's like,
I
I
mean,
mean,
the
out here with his
flies-
fucking war
listen.
stories, like being like, listen, little bitch.
Flies
You thought you were cold?
because-
Listen, I was in the
Do
shit.
flies
All
feel
right.
cold?
I was
Because
in
the
fucking
flies didn't
Siberia.
fly.
Listen.
The flies didn't fly, so is that
the flies
cold?
didn't fly? It's cold.
No, they wouldn't fly.
That's my new
The flies would
standard
stay.
of measurement for cold.
Well, as much as I love talking about the weather,
This isn't
Yeah,
Good
we need
topic.
Kari to talk about weather. Let's. Okay.
can we move on to this this
You don't
video?
want
It's
to look
probably
at the orang pendek little foot compared to a human foot?
sure. Is that what this is that we're
And
looking at
then-
right now?
Yes, it is a human foot.
It's
a
been up there for
Neanderthal
20
neck.
minutes.
Yeah.
A silvery gibbon, I don't know who that is. A orang pendek, a gorilla. Look at that. Jesus Christ, that's a gap. And then a chimpanzee. God, that seems abnormal. That doesn't seem okay.
Well, look at these babes.
Wow, babes. Hey,
I mean,
babes.
I would live there too. It looks nice. This is their
If I looked
homeland.
like
They just
that,
walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, these. Okay, I love this. Okay, so Sumatra is known for Komodo dragons,
Oh fuck!
and I don't think Komodo dragons are that big.
Oh, they're huge.
But are they compared to a orang pendek or Homo floresiensis?
I don't think that big. No.
So if they're only
Thank you,
3
love.
feet tall,
It's like a Ray Harryhausen film.
right? But if they're only like 3 feet tall, a
Who's
Komodo
that?
dragon is like 6 to 7 feet long. So that's like that knee being up to its back. That knee's probably 1.5 feet. So that's yeah.
Yeah, that thing's horrifying.
Well, like the size of a small dog, I guess.
Yeah,
Everything
that's
about
fucking
this
legit.
photo is very scary. Okay, let's say you're
Very.
dating someone and you're hitting it off real well, but you go back to their place and they have this on a canvas in their bedroom. This exact.
I don't
Honestly,
think
that's
it'd be
something we
weirded
would
out.
have.
Weird blind date stories
like,
there, Jamie.
Yeah, no, actually, I could. No, I don't think it's that weird. I think it'd be more weird if I went into his room and he had a pet dragon. I'd be more weirded out than if he had a picture of this.
No,
pet
if I saw
dragon.
this picture, I'd hit
Yeah.
it and then block the phone number.
Whatever these are called, like what are they called? Like weird. What are they?
Komodo dragons.
Komodo dragons. Yeah, if he had a Komodo dragon as a pet, I'd probably be like, I'm good. I don't want to sleep with that thing staring at me.
If anyone has a
Yeah.
Komodo dragon for a pet, you definitely need to leave.
Yeah,
That person's psychotic and you'll likely be injured. But those things are horrifying.
And they're
They're
poisonous.
really mean.
I guarantee you,
I
back in the
remember
day,
what-
they were that big.
I just remember watching the Crocodile
Probably.
Hunter episode
Pretty
where he's
good
like
back-
chased
they're
up a
that
tree
big
by
now.
one of those things.
Yeah, and it's important to understand that they are poisonous.
Yeah, they kill people
Oh.
all the time. Kill things.
Yeah, their
Ow.
saliva has a venom in it that will kill you.
Highly
Really?
aggressive.
Yep.
Well, maybe I want to die.
Perfect
True.
specimens of the jungle.
Yeah.
I don't
Absolutely
know. I think that's hot.
terrifying.
I could make them my pet.
I was like, yeah, and then threaten people with it. Yeah, it sounds great. Like make it lick the envelopes of
We'll
like
be
my
the
enemies.
Daenerys of iguanas on their back and
Yes.
just like roll around, and you're like, "Fuck you, fuck you."
No, I'm
yes.
pretty sure if you
Yeah.
set them on fire,
Watch
they
out,
fucking
little
die.
toe.
Fire's
Alright.
what kills them. Damn. Okay.
What other
fire guns?
Hey, Bree, take this one. Take this next one for me.
Yes, sir. Okay. So in the 1990s, which is more, this is like common day people that are investigating. She is the most well known. A British traveler, Debbie Martyr, and along with a British photographer, Jeremy Holden, they spent an entire 15 years out on an expedition to just hunt for the orang pendek. And they were massively funded by Fauna and Fauna International, which was a pretty good financial backing that they had there. So thank you, Ron. We love you so much. Ron's my main man right now.
I love Ron.
Right
Me
now.
too.
Ron's my
Um,
main man right now too.
No, I claimed him first.
All right.
Ron's hot.
I'm just
I
kidding.
get.
Ron is a hot
I
commodity.
get scraps on
Ron
Rob.
is a hot commodity. Scraps. Oh, God.
When you're done with him, throw him
yeah.
my way.
He's gonna be just loose. No, okay. So they
Jesus.
Jesus Christ!
See what happens when you give us
things are
money?
just slipping out. Things are slipping out. All right.
Let me see them
Um,
feet, Ron.
So for the let me see them toes.
Let me see them toes.
So, 15 years, it's really hard for anyone to get any type of funding, but for them to have massive funding to do this expedition trip for 15 years is pretty huge.
Mhm.
They were there to document the eyewitness accounts in the area. So they were supposed to talk to the locals, talk to people that were traveling, and of course, try their best to document actual sightings and then get some type of photography of either the orang pendek itself or like a little foot.
I think that this
Do the
adds,
thing.
Ah,
this
all
adds
of it.
credibility to the existence or the more potential existence of these things just because they have a seemingly official sounding organization funding these expeditions.
Yeah, it kind of pisses
Whenever
me
you read
off.
about like UFOs or Bigfoot, research, it's always like some eccentric like gajillionaire that's just like happens to be really into it. It's never like some official institution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's never National Geographic spending
Yeah.
3 years looking for it.
They'll tell you to go fuck yourself if you mail them cool photos of Bigfoot.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
of
look at
course,
this Bigfoot I found in my backyard.
Like,
Right.
okay.
It was just your husband.
I don't have one.
So of course they had their own eyewitness accounts, along with many others that they documented, and a cast, which we will look at later. Which I don't think a lot of people know, that there are two different people that were able to capture the cast's footprints that were the biggest ones of the time. So Debbie and another fella who we will see in a minute here were the two people. And that's pretty much all they got in the 15 years that they were there, which is unfortunate. But this is her quote on their own encounter. I saw it in the middle of September. I had been out there for 4 months. At that time, I was 90% certain that there was something here, that it was not just traditional stories. When I saw it, I saw an animal that didn't look like anything in any of the books I had read, films I had seen, or zoos I had seen. It did indeed walk rather like a person, and that it was a shock. It was a relatively small, immensely strong, non-human primate, but it was very graceful.
Very
That
gracial,
was the
like
Yes. Full of
graceful.
gracial.
That was the odd thing. So if you looked at the animal, you might say that it resembled a siamang or an agile gibbon on steroids. It doesn't look like an orangutan. Their proportions are very different. It was built like a boxer with immense upper body strength. It was a gorgeous color, moving bipedally and trying to avoid being seen.
Why are there so many sexual overtones in these descriptions of these
I don't
things?
think they're trying to be. So, like, for me, what really stuck
yeah,
out
they
is the
are.
second that she said that it was built like a boxer, it brought back to me the other accounts in the 1300s.
This is like
where
penthouse
they were saying
letters.
it was like broad shoulders. I think that what people are trying to really convey here is that it's not your average animal.
Well, here's the
That-
thing,
Yeah,
though.
it's a
It might
sexy,
have an
well-built.
animal-
Wait,
It might
Animal
have an
man.
animal.
here's the thing that
characteristic, but
throws
it's
me
not.
off about it. Here's the thing that throws me off about it, because if you were going to have really big upper arm strength like that, then you would be swinging from trees and stuff, and that's very specifically something that this cryptid isn't supposed to be doing.
Not
However, in
necessarily.
the accounts, that's different, though. And I also think that just because some people see one thing doesn't mean that's how they are all the time. That's like the overall view is that they're very grounded, beings. But obviously, from the accounts, from numerous accounts that I read, that's not the case at all.
Yeah.
So I just think that they're trying to really. That's just the one thing that I see in all of this is that they're really. I mean, it sounds like sexual or whatever, or at least they're pointing out nice qualities
Yes, it does.
of the being. But in my
Yeah.
opinion, that's only to show
magnificent
people
specimen.
that it was more human than animal, because I think that's how you would try to describe it. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. They're just using the verbiage that they can of the time, and at the time
I
describing it as
think
having a big
They're
upper
just
chest.
being like, hey,
Right.
this is not a normal animal. There was
It's
something
like-
humanoid.
I was hard
For
as an
sure.
Indonesian catamaran.
Its bosom was large and pointed
Succulents.
upwards in its hourglass shape with its perfect
This is the one
toes.
cast that they have, which we'll see
Footprint
another cast
cast.
that looks
Oh, look at
oddly
that fucked
similar.
up toe.
The orang pendek. You guys froze on me. Am I still here?
You're still, I see
Yeah,
you.
you're still here.
baby.
All right.
That to me looks like a fat hand.
No, we all just stopped talking at the same time.
I think if just for a second we all finally shut up.
So
Yeah.
this is their cast. It's unfortunate that they spend 15 years out there in the jungle, though. Like, that's crazy.
Can you
This
imagine?
just looks like the shape of a smudge on a Golden Corral chicken nugget window.
That is half of my life.
Some little shit's child like
Yeah.
pressing their face up.
Fucking orang Pendeks are back.
Half of my life. That's crazy. That's so much time. If you guys think about it. So there was something there, obviously, if people were to have that tremendous amount of backing. Because these aren't the only accounts. These are just the ones that I picked out. But I've read so many. I was like, Jesus, Lord have mercy.
There's a lot.
That's a really
This is
famous
Bobby's photo.
shot there. Yeah.
Also, I did just drop in the chat the poll for the Orang Pendek, so our chat can start to vote what they think if we are going to fact sci-fi or middle bitch this one. So please.
Yes.
Oh wow.
I hope
Okay.
this is a fact right here.
She's
Wow.
sleek.
Let us know what you guys think. Do you think it's a fact, a middle bitch, or sci-fi? And if you are a subscriber to the channel, you got the little
Is this on
emojis.
your?
If you're a
Bobby?
member, if you're members, go ahead and put your emojis in the chat for fact or sci-fi.
That's the
We
word.
have more to go over though. So like,
Yes.
We
Oh
do.
no,
hold your
yeah.
penises
Keep
in your
going.
hand.
Yeah, well, we'll get a head start on the poll there. Adam Davies is a bigwig researcher on this. I think he lives in Indonesia, and it's his cryptid of choice to investigate, as far as I can tell. Bree, take it away.
Between 2001 and 2003, it was the first time I believe that Adam Davies did go out there to investigate the Littlefoots. Orangutan.
I'm out of booze. We've been on here for like 6 hours.
Mhm.
Drink if you still have.
If
a
you've
drink.
got it, drink it.
So
Just get fucked
at
up
this
on a Tuesday.
time, scientists had analyzed the hair and casts that the 3 of them captured when they were out there, and a primate biologist from the University of Cambridge, his name is David Shivers. He felt like it was an ape, but it was like a strange blend of things. So he said it has features of gibbons. It was a little bit of orangutan, maybe chimpanzee, but also human. So he said, quote, "From further examination, the print did not match any known primate species." So there we go. Boom. I'm going to solid underline that right there for some of us that might be sci-fiing this, that it had no match to any primate species. So forget about the gibbon, forget about the orangutan, forget about the chimpanzee, forget about a human. That's out the door.
Mhm.
He can conclude, he says, that this points towards there being a large unknown primate in the forest of Sumatra.
Hmm.
Now, this does not mean that it is otherworldly, but that doesn't even mean what a cryptid is. A cryptid ultimately is an animal that we have yet to identify.
Yeah.
So this is a primate biologist from Cambridge, bitch. All right.
Clap your
talking
hands.
We are talking some Harvard ass motherfucking shit right here.
Yeah.
That's
You're not
saying that
helping your
this isn't-
case. Go ahead.
Okay,
I'm
you
sorry.
try getting into an Ivy League school.
No, I'm all set. I'm good.
This is
I'm good with that
Bobby's
shit.
Cryptid University.
Mhm.
Clearly, that
so
didn't
he's-
happen. It's never going to.
It needs
Fine,
to though.
We give up. We
Be like
give
Rodney
up.
Dangerfield and back to school.
Listen, if you give us $100, I'll send you a certificate in the mail that says you graduated from Bobby's Cryptid Corner Cryptid School.
I need my brainwash certificate.
University.
We're losing
So
viewers
that was
by the
very
second.
important for the
Never.
time, and this was Adam's cast,
Mm.
which I believe now is sitting, in the gates.
Of hell.
I have so many
I should put this
questions.
in the notes. In the
Jamie's
gates
just like falling asleep.
museum.
Of
Sitting in a museum.
natural
Does it only have
Of
four
natural history.
toes?
This shit's in a
there's
museum.
a toe coming off the side, or it stepped on a stick.
I was like, is that a toe coming off the side? Because that's going to give me more ape-like than human-like, because we saw that beautiful diagram, didn't we? Where it was like
we did.
the ones to the side were more primates, and the ones where they had toes and not like a thumb.
So is this the meteor that will hopefully wipe out all life on Earth?
Hopefully
I was just about
by
to say
tomorrow.
something similar.
Yeah, what is this?
Thank you, Enzo. That's an amazing idea, honestly.
We could make it like a collegiate.
So this is a great cast right
ECU.
here. And this is a comparison of that cast with the hand of a 5-year-old child. So we can only imagine like how baby foot this is.
I don't
Baby
know
foot.
sizes of children because I don't have them.
Look
I
how
was like,
dirty
I've
It's a
never
small
seen
hair.
them ever.
It's a small hand.
I've
They're
heard
like-
myths of these tiny
They're
young,
like teeny
young
little-
people.
Take my strong hand.
That's the real cryptid we got to look
Yeah.
into, children.
We're all
I don't think they're
childless.
real, but my friends that
so
claim
funny. That is so funny that we're all childless, and I feel like none of us want them either. So
I don't think they're real, but my friends that
That
claim
means we
to
can do
have
this for
them
life.
never shut the fuck up about them. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
Hey, your kid's
See,
boring.
we
Can we
do
talk
this
about
for
something
life, you
else?
guys.
Yeah, like,
I can't relate at all. I got
I'm
dogs.
38 years old. Why would I
Got
want
dogs.
a little person shitting
I
its
was
pants?
like,
in
and then
my
running
house?
around. Yeah, that sounds
No,
awful.
we would all make great weirdo parents that would teach our children about things that
Yeah, we
And our
definitely
children would
No.
turn out
challenge
so
the
weird.
status quo
It'd
of
be so
That's
weird.
my
curriculum
excuse.
of public school.
That's
Right.
my excuse is that my child would be like, excuse me, my mom said that the Nazis actually helped the aliens to get off planet way back in the 30s.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be like that parent-teacher conference would be
My mom said
interesting.
that Satan's actually a decent person.
and immediately Bree's kid is in special ed.
Exactly.
Yes.
The
No.
short bus.
Yeah,
To subscribe to the Bobby's Cryptid Corner homeschool program, go to toddiewaba.com.
Definitely would
Yeah.
homeschool her kids for sure.
Use
All
promo
right.
code.
So a
hashtag
follow-up.
we'll fuck your kids up for you.
Yeah, no, really. That's another thing is like
Thanks
enough
for adding
trauma.
that to
I
the end
have
of
enough
it.
karma in my life. I don't need to add more. Anyway, so follow up for Mr. Adam. That
Look at
was
this
back
guy.
in the early 2000s, and now he's like, I'm going back to Indonesia. Wait, yeah, he's going back to Indonesia. So in 2009, and now he is an author, Extreme Expeditions. And he brings a new crew of researchers and scientists with him. And they want to look for orang pendek. That is why they are there.
This guy
Oh.
looks like
That's
He is.
that's his cast, by the way. This cast, I don't know what the fuck that looks like dog food. But that is his cast that he apparently captured there in Indonesia. in
Holding
this
dog
trip.
food in one.
so. I'm betting that shit in the left picture, like
Mhm.
scat. But that dude totally looks like my girlfriend left me, and I was so heartbroken by
Leave
it.
Adam Davies alone. I love that
He's-
guy.
Decent here, but I don't know what's going on here. But then
Yeah.
again, this is a big chunk of time. Look at my foot.
Look at my foot.
This is just some of his findings. So now we're reaching the end.
Can we fire up that video real quick? That famous video.
Oh, hell
famous-
yeah.
Did you do that?
Do it.
I want to say this was
I
from
have to-
2009. And it looks like some dirt bikers in Indonesia caught little glimpses of the little fella,
Ooh. God, I
and
love
it is
dirt bike
quite
videos.
creepy.
You guys want
No.
volume or no?
No volume because it's some
No,
guy
you don't wanna hear it?
yammering about God knows what.
Should I
No.
do that for you guys?
That guy can't say anything we haven't already said tonight.
Yeah, and it'll probably get us a strike.
So watch off in the distance there. Look at him go.
Oh yeah.
He's so fast.
Chase him down.
I mean, it doesn't look like, as Kari would say, this doesn't look like Adobe After Effects. It looks
No.
pretty legit, and it's super fast. But it is super fast, but those dudes are on dirt bikes. However, it is like running into the tall grass too. So
Bree, go back. Play it again.
Bree's gone now.
Sure. I guess it's
just you and me, buddy.
But just fuck it.
Man,
Okay,
I can't wait
here
for
we go.
football season to start.
Yeah. Beer and pussy.
Stop it. Stop it.
that got their attention.
We don't do that. All right. I had to pee, but we don't do that here.
Me too. I had to pee too. Sorry.
Okay, where are we
don't do
going?
beer and pussy here.
We don't.
That was the line.
Dick jokes are okay, but pussy jokes are not.
Yeah. You're
Unless
joking
we're
about the
talking
pussy, you
about
cross the line. Listen, I hear that in Texas, Bobby, that now if a woman wants to leave the state, Republicans are proposing that they have to take a pregnancy test, and if they're pregnant, they're not allowed to leave.
This
Fuck
is not
Texas.
This is not the show for that
just
conversation.
saying.
It's also not
Texas.
true.
Don't.
Fuck them
It's
all.
also
Just saying.
sounds
That's what I
like
You just
heard.
wait.
total
You
hogwash
just wait. We
propaganda,
are
but okay.
starting. No,
Yeah.
it's not.
So
Was that the whole video?
talking about little ape people.
Drink.
We got to do that. There you go.
Oh, I've seen this before. I've seen this video before.
Yeah, we played
Yeah,
it like
this
4
morning.
times already.
No, like not like right now, but like
Liar.
I've seen this before. Yeah, I don't remember the
Liar.
context of it.
Look
I
at it
probably saw on,
running
TikTok
off.
or something. But I've seen this.
Where?
Bree, what do you mean where?
Where do you mean? Yeah, what do you
didn't
mean
see
where?
it.
If you go all the way
I didn't
back,
see it.
start it over for her once again.
She's
You
in
mean
charge.
let her start it over for her?
Okay, yeah. Okay, ready?
It is
Right.
not happy.
Right
Can you
there.
get that
Bam.
in VR?
You see it?
So,
Right in the
right
middle of the
there on
trail,
the
right there.
sure, move
Yeah.
that.
Ooh,
There
ooh,
you go.
ooh. There you go. Ooh. Bam, there it is.
Watch,
at him
right
go.
in the
I'm
middle
trying
of
to
the
see it come
trail.
Out of the. Oh, this is such bad. Oh,
Quality, yeah.
Why don't they have iPhone 13s?
In Indonesia.
Look, see?
What is this?
It's like
What is that coming out of his butt?
Do you see it, Bree?
you see it right now, right?
I think I might.
How do you not see
see
that?
it running now. They're just running. And he's like looking back, like, what the fuck? And then now he's gonna go chase after
And then,
it.
like,
This is a
camera
better
looks
shot
down.
coming up here. You can see him running to
and
the
see him
right.
running. And
And
then
he's
he goes
gonna
right,
hop off
bam,
to the side. Boom.
bam.
Bam.
He's just at the very top of the screen. And I think you want to look in the middle of the screen. Yeah, I get you,
I think
Enzo.
Bree's fucking with us and she totally can see it.
Yeah. I feel like I'm being fucked with.
Usually.
I'd like to go to Factor Sci-Fi now.
No, sir.
Bree has 27 more slides on the fauna.
I feel like this is like where Kari would pop up and be like, I could do this in After Effects.
Can you teach us
You
about
didn't hear Bobby say earlier
the methods
that
of hydroponics in Indonesia?
Can we talk about hibiscus plants?
Yeah.
Yes, what do you have? What do you have?
Look at him go. Oh. Boop.
Right into the grass. Yeah, it's a little midget person.
Okay, we can't say that anymore.
We can't say that anymore.
Well, I'm
You
in charge
guys.
of the thing. It's not a hate crime, so shut up.
Okay.
Well, Jamie already made her statements about
Oh, here we go. Slow mo.
I did.
gimp armed people.
I was being vulnerable and telling you a true story.
Oh,
I was being vulnerable.
That was a
Just putting my heart on my sleeve.
the saturation is just so intense that you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. There's like it's like the sun is shining right in front of them.
Yeah, what kind of
Sun
fucking loser has a
shining.
GoPro 2?
I have thoughts on this video. I've seen
Right.
enough.
I think I have a GoPro 4 at least, and that's old.
Yeah, I think
There he is. Oh,
Thoughts on
I
the
see
video,
you.
Bobby?
There's very little context on this video, but I
There
like
is.
it a lot. It's one of my favorite cryptid videos.
oh,
I just love how disturbingly proportional and tiny that thing is.
It is. It's like really.
It
If this
fits
is
the
fake,
bill.
it's
It's like a
really
fast little
fucking
human.
Well done. Yeah.
I love it. I love that thing.
So
I want one as a pet.
can we take them,
I name him Travis.
Where?
train them, and put
Ooh.
them in the Olympics so that we
I
can
think
win
that's
something?
called slavery, Bree.
I was like, that
And I'm
really
pretty
sounds
sure
like slavery.
that
Yeah.
that is a fucking.
Crypto
Oh, Lord
Olympics.
have mercy. Listen,
Yeah,
hold
I was
on. Don't
like,
leave
cramp
yet.
for sure.
I just have to show you guys something.
Okay.
Where are we gonna go?
Yeah, where we were.
Like she's like, don't leave yet. Where are we
Don't leave
going?
me
This is
yet.
our show.
Listen, Ho. Let's talk about some of our possibilities before, just so the crowd gets to see some comparisons. If you want to talk orangutangy, look how cute this little baby is.
I know,
It is a
adorbs.
kitty.
Looks nothing like they describe. Okay. Looks nothing like they describe. Am I right?
Mm,
Yes.
I already
yeah.
know how this factors.
It looks nothing like what
right.
was in that video.
No.
No.
It's not an orangutangy, right? Oh, Lord have mercy. What is going on here?
Oh, I met her once. She was
Oh.
complaining about her
Is that
coffee
the ex-girlfriend
being
you're
cold.
talking about?
No, I don't date people with mouths that big.
This isn't soy latte.
That's the one. She's got enough rum. So,
Wow.
That was a quick glaze over the
I was like, yeah, all right.
Like your style, Bree.
I thought there's going to be so many more.
I was gearing up to learn all about orangutans.
Me too. The whole
I
vibe,
did
thank you.
work today. Thank you.
Orangutans, they're orange
Bye.
monkeys. Who gives a fuck?
I just wanted to give you guys some pictures. God damn.
No,
Let's start with the lady of the
I can
hour,
never do
Bree.
enough. for these
Yeah,
hoes.
let's start with no, it's not that you didn't do enough. It's just like we genuinely thought that there was about to be like 5 more minutes of you explaining things to us, and you were just like picture, all right, factor sci-fi.
When I visited my timeshare at the orangutan reserve sanctuary
Oh yeah.
in Orlando.
In Orlando. Mm-hmm.
Right.
No, actually, I totally regret that now because I realized that Disney World fucking sucks.
Oh, that's what turned you
Yeah.
off on the
You know why?
That's
timeshare?
what it
We're in our
was.
30s.
No, you don't understand. I'm the supreme
Clearly.
Disney adult where it is about drugs and alcohol, and I have a great time.
All right. Well,
I've
what
done
do you
like
think about
everything you can
the,
imagine in Disneyland, and it's so fun.
Indonesian Littlefoot. They don't have those at Epcot. I'll tell you that much.
Drink.
Oh, fuck, I ran out of booze.
Yeah,
All
we
right,
all
Bree.
did.
And we all did. So, Bree, what is your factor sci-fi?
You understand that once you decide, you don't get
You
to
don't make the
change.
rolls, Tony. Yeah, can I go last?
No.
No.
This is my problem in all of these things is I feel like
We like to get the long-winded ones out of the way first.
that's why you asked me to go first, because I will take my time and explain.
Just rip the Band-Aid off. Let's go.
Okay, well, listen, okay, you guys, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Just give it a fact. You know you're going to fact it.
You just fact it.
What are
It's
we doing?
fine.
Bree,
I'm
did
gonna
you just
give it-
factory reset?
We've had 14
No.
hours to decide on this.
I did. Initiating diagnostics. I think that I'm going to give it a middle bitch.
Okay.
I'd ask why, but I'm really tired and want to go to sleep.
This is bullshit, Bobby. You still owe me 30 more minutes of your time. 40. 42 minutes of your
I
time.
still have a movie recommendation. Don't let me forget that.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
What about
Wow.
you, Tony? Why don't you give us yours? I feel like I know what yours is.
I'm going to no.
Oh.
Ah!
I'm going to fact it.
Oh.
I think there's enough evidence. There's enough scientific.
I want to go back.
No,
No,
that's why
no.
you went first.
No, you made your bed. You lie in it.
I just
So
don't
I
want to
think
be
there's
fun.
You'll go
enough
last next
scientific
time.
evidence. So scientists have witnessed this themselves, and not just back in the Dutch colonial days. Like modern day scientists have seen this. So, and this is why I've said this is why I think this is one of the most interesting cryptids that we have talked about, because I think we're on the precipice of it actually being filmed by scientists and acknowledged by scientists. This is the next coelacanth. This is going to be the next big cryptid that is proven to be real.
Oh, I'm so convinced. I give it a fact.
Jamais.
No, you can't.
I'm going to
So easily persuaded.
middle bitch this one.
Ooh.
Yeah, with Brie, I think it's a middle bitch because I think that it can go in many directions. I think it's possible that it's just a weird species thing that was out there. Maybe like we were talking about earlier, a small tribe of people that just have maybe like some genetic weird shit. I don't know. Could be fairies. No idea.
What?
Yeah, it could be forest carnies.
Yeah, like I feel like it could go in so many directions, so I have to middle bitch it because I just don't know. I hope that we get more stuff and we have more recent sightings of it and videos of it so we can start to dissect it a little bit more. But it's definitely giving me like, I know it's like literally a Bigfoot, but like it's giving me Bigfoot vibes, if that makes sense.
No one has anything left to drink. Fuck.
I know. Maybe
Why don't
somebody...
we ever rent kegs for Tuesdays?
Oh God, we
You have
got
to work in the morning.
Why?
I'm Poppy.
And we're not in the same room either, so that would just be like severe alcoholism if we each had our own keg.
For real.
Call it what you
I'm
want.
Poppy. What is it?
Every time you say Bigfoot, do a keg stand. I'm gonna go hard 10 fact. Them bitches are real. The end. Honestly, Tony kind of took everything I wanted to say. I feel like this is like the next breaking story in the world of cryptids.
Wow.
There's a lot of evidence. There's a lot of like seemingly credible people that are legitimately kind of interested in pursuing it, and I don't think it's remotely. There's no like fuckery about interdimensional travel or orbs and UFOs and shit. It just seems like a natural, relic hominid that is very elusive. That, you consider the historical accounts plus. Since we always like to give the natives credit or the locals credit, they're just kind of like, yeah, these motherfuckers steal our crops. Like, what do you want from me? And and there's no, for better or worse, I didn't really seem to find any kind of like underlying mythology or folklore about them. It was just like, yeah, they're little people. They're little people that run around.
Sucks. I kind of don't like looking
But I think
at
that
things
almost
don't have anything
adds
cool.
credibility to this thing. But yeah,
So
I'm gonna go like hard fact on this.
Well, it's
Just 'cause-
interesting because we're kind of like tied in the middle here between me and Bree. We said middle bitch, and you two said fact, and our chat is split completely: 41% fact, 41% middle bitch, 16% sci-fi. So it's interesting that they're also a little bit half and half on that as well because we are.
Yeah.
No, I think it's
because we didn't talk long enough about orangutans. It could have altered the data.
Right.
It really could have, right?
And
I just
one
was
of the
showing you guys
things
pictures. Okay. God damn.
is I like this is when I really started getting into this and reading into it. I was like, holy shit, this might actually be fucking real. And the more I read into it, I was like, well, they have multiple names for these things, and there's multiple names for different species. And then there's the fossil record and everything else. And I was like, okay, so this is probably fucking real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a good question though is like, is it just an animal? If it is real, is it just an animal, like a branch of an ape, or is it totally more on the human side? Are we genetically related to them? And that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Does that account for our shortism? Because I'm a short gal.
You're an orangutan.
Could I be like,
is it that
half
missing
pendek?
link that everything talks about? Yes. There's
So
so many
okay, next time
possibilities.
someone's like, "You're short," I'm like, "That's because I'm
Missing
half
link is a
Pendek.
fallacy, but we can talk about that another time.
I'm
Yeah.
30% Pendek, so that makes sense."
All right, I
You're-
love this. I feel like Brie was so mad at us last week because she was like, all you guys do is say that these cryptids aren't real and we're on the cryptid corner. But here we are, Brie.
Yeah, I'm like, "What are you doing? You
We
want to
brought
show or
one
not?"
back. We brought one back. I do want to take a second here now that we're at the end and go ahead and thank the people who donated to us. We do have the Mothership podcast. Thank you very much, darling.
Woo! Such a
And
sweetheart.
Ron from Cosmic Neighbors. We appreciate you so
Awesome.
much.
Solid
Michael,
man.
our new member. We appreciate you guys so much contributing financially to us because it helps us run the show and do all the cool things that we do.
Yep. It makes
Are
us,
we gonna hold on?
What?
Time out. Are we gonna do a show on Nope?
I think we're just waiting for has everyone
me
seen
to
it yet?
watch the movie?
Yeah, I was like, just Tony, I feel like. So as soon as Tony
Yeah, I'll watch
sees
the
it
movie. Yeah,
this weekend, maybe.
okay, so this weekend I'll go. Maybe next weekend.
And then next Tuesday we'll have a whole talk about it.
Yeah,
We
we'll
have
do
a
Nope
cool
show.
friend. We have a
We
cool
have
friend.
friends.
Yeah.
Who can help give it to you
That
for free to
took
watch at
us-
home?
Ooh, give
No.
it to me.
No.
Oh.
Shh. Who took us to the movie theater and paid for
Oh.
our tickets. So
Oh,
I have
cool.
extra tickets if you guys
Yeah.
want the tickets.
Did you
Our
get that
cool
at the
friend
timeshare seminar?
Gave us Christmas tickets.
Free tickets.
This is a group chat conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, yeah, real quick before we go, I want to just show you guys probably the most, as far as I know, the most famous Indonesian film happens to be a strangely bizarre horror movie called Mystics of
Hold on a
Bali.
second. Yeah.
Has nothing to do with Orang Pendeks, but it is an
Oops.
Indonesian film about a American woman that goes over there to like learn witchcraft, and there's just some wild. If you look at the cover there, it's like a woman's head with like all her entrails hanging out. There's a whole
it.
famous scene of her
Wow.
head floating around like that. It's amazing, and it's very Asian in a very like almost like an anime kind of way, but it's live action.
Oh.
like it.
1981
eggplant.
Mystics of Bali. I'm pretty sure this might be the most famous Indonesian movie ever made just because it's so insane. So I would seek it out. It's probably free to watch on YouTube, and it is a riot.
Awesome.
Love it. Thank you. Actually, before we put you anywhere, Bobby, do you have
Oh.
anything going on this week for Not For Everyone podcast? And
Yeah,
also, where can everyone find you on the internet?
We just dropped a new episode on Predator versus Prey, where we just kind of talk about the whole series in general. Again, if you guys haven't listened, if you're of the faint of heart or highly offended, I would not recommend listening to it. It's highly vulgar and it's bro,
Come on, they're here. They're here.
it's bro talk. I don't know. I'm just trying to like
It's like, have
avoid
you
being
seen
doxxed or
our
whatever.
show?
Yeah, I know.
You better shape up.
I'm just
We
giving
can
the
get
folks
some
a
first.
warning. You know, we're kind of caricatures of ourselves on that show. Not For Everyone podcast. If you like pop culture and obscure movies and cult horror cinema,
Thank you, Bobby.
Predator,
Broadway.
stuff like that, new
Confirmed.
episode just dropped.
Free on YouTube.
God.
I have a
Where can
question
they
for
find-
Bobby,
Go for
really
it. Brie.
quickly. Do you have a DVD player?
Fuck yeah, and I have like 3 VHS players.
Do you have a VH? Oh my god. Okay, that
Yeah,
was
my whole
God.
closet behind me is full of VHS.
I've sent Bobby DVDs before.
Mm-hmm.
He just
Oh yeah,
held
were
up
they
the
home
Blu-ray.
movies?
No,
Well, no.
I sent him the fourth kind because he's
When
never
the
seen it.
when the internet goes down, I'm gonna be the most popular fella in town.
Friend on the block. Yeah, exactly.
I'm driving
He's
down.
like,
to
do you
Texas
guys want to
just
rent
to
Mystics
hang
of
out."
Bali? Because I have it.
Because you haven't.
I want to get
Basically
myself
gonna
a
be
flashlight
Blockbuster.
and play little silent
Puppets.
films.
Right.
Bobby, where can the chat find you on the internet?
Just Twitter and Instagram at Pinball Bobby.
All right, thank you. I
Is that your
appreciate you.
Twitter too? I could never find you on Twitter.
Yeah.
Pinball
Yeah,
Bobby.
it's Pinball Bobby.
Oh,
All right, what about you, Tony, man of the hour?
I am still dicking around with my stuff.
Mhm.
We're in between seasons on the Bottled Water podcast, so it is coming back. So those of you
Hell yeah.
who want my serious conversations with UFO people, it's coming back. And Currently, I'm just shit posting all over Twitter against the UFO community over the toxic bullshit that is constantly going on and the double standards and everything else. But do not think that that is it. That I think that it's all bullshit. I definitely believe in UFOs and everything else. I have no tolerance for the bullshit drama that happens in it. And when we come back in probably November with the Bottled Water podcast, you guys you'll see.
Love it.
I like
Vibes.
that, Tony. Some people need to just go to sleep.
Yep.
Not in a deadly way, but just like just go take a nap.
Take a
and
nap.
Fuck
don't
off
come
somewhere
back.
else.
Fuck
That's
off
my
somewhere
favorite
else.
term.
All right, baby
A lot of
toes.
them.
What about you? What do you got going on for this rest of the week, and where can they find you on the internet?
Oh, you can find me at Matt's Brie on Twitter, and you can find me at Brie Metz on Instagram. Thursday we have a butt stuff that's coming up with Jeff from Strange Recon, and that should be pretty cool.
Last time he
and-
was literally such a riot. He got drunk and it was so much fun, and he was just like yelling, and I've never had more fun in my life. He's gonna be so much
I
fun.
had
when he comes
so
back.
much fun, but I'm not gonna lie that all of the listeners in the chat did not have fun with that.
They didn't.
Wow.
They did
Sounds
not.
appealing.
They didn't.
From
They didn't.
the very first
Here-
second.
I was like,
everyone
here's the
like,
thing.
"Ah."
I was like, on butt stuff, people don't, it's not like a drinking show like how Bobby's Cryptid Corner is. So like our chat was just like it was a very different chat.
It was a very sober chat.
Do people in the
Very
chat
sober.
even listen to us, or are they just here to hang out and write letters to write little messages?
A
to
little
each
of both, I think.
They're here to
For
drink.
sure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
other?
please
Friendship porn.
message me because I like you.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's-
Right.
Okay.
Wow.
I like you.
All right. And
Put
I'm
some
like
lotion on
you.
that skin.
I'm Jamie or
All
whatever, and you can find me at Toddy Waba on Twitter, and don't ever find me on Instagram because that shit's private and I won't add you anyways. You can
Damn.
find the podcast though at that one time I was on Instagram. Please go ahead and follow that one. I have like 20 followers. I don't let no one follow my personal shit.
Just for the record, when you weren't I think you weren't private when I found you, and you wrote me immediately like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Yeah,
So
literally.
she's so weird about who follows her. And I'm like,
Yeah, no, I
don't
don't.
care.
I like your podcast.
Yeah, 100%. And then immediately I was like, oh, okay, we're cool. We're friends. We've been friends ever since. But yeah, no, I'm just not. If it, literally, whoever tries to add me, I will immediately be like, who are you and how do you think you know me?
We're all friended up over here, but
We're
we'll
friended
hang
up.
out.
Like
Like,
the
I'm-
hell?
I have a lot
She's
of
so
friends. I'm
weird.
good. I'm so weird. I know. But yeah, love you guys. Any final comments from anyone?
Yeah.
Go ahead for it.
One last thing.
Lots
Hey,
of comments.
if you guys see our trailers on Twitter or TikTok or Instagram or whatever you see it on, if you like those, let us know because I edit those. I put all those together. And if you like it, we're going to be doing some new stuff coming up soon. I'm going to be filming some stuff, and it's going to segue into the cryptid every week. So if you like it, let us know. Let us know how you want that to go because I'm working on a lot of stuff in the future.
Do you want to tease next week's cryptid?
Yeah,
Bree? Dude,
It's the Bat Squatch.
Bat Squatch.
The bats.
There's already an appointment on YouTube for it. There's
Mhm.
Bat
It's a
Squatch.
bat squatch.
Bat
Listen,
Squatch.
one time my husband and I hit a bat driving home,
Mm.
and I said, that's a bad omen. And I guarantee you something bad happened after that.
And now you're on
Probably.
Bobby's Cryptid
Hang on,
Corner.
Bobby's
And
Cryptic
now
Corner.
you're here.
And now I'm here. Anyways,
It's like
that's it. I hope
purgatory.
it is. Listen, this is your best Tuesday. I should say Tuesday is your favorite day
It
Mhm.
better
of all
be.
the days of the week because
For sure.
you end the night with us.
Yeah.
We are
Mhm.
here to give you your weird, creepy, cryptid news, and thank you for joining us here on Bobby's Cryptid Corner.
We'll
We
see you
will
guys next week.
Next week.
Later, bitches.
Peace,
Bye.
bitches.